Hello and welcome to Nationwide on the NTA. I am Ifoma Ojinta. Today is International Women's Day, marked globally on March 8th every year. Commemorating the day in Abuja, devout women converge on various churches with a call to promote women's dignity amidst the challenges they face. Omenka Marachuku reports.
International Women's Day is a global celebration of women's achievement, empowerment, and ongoing fight for gender equality. In Nigeria, it is a time to acknowledge women's role in shaping their country's future, from politics to entrepreneurship.
When we have a better home, we will have a better society. And when women do their work together at home with their husband, then together we will also have a wonderful society.
You, as a woman, you are wonderful. You are unstoppable.
Calling on women to give their resources so we can build a stronger nation.
Also, Diocese of the Anglican Communion, Church of the Holy Cross, is using the day to call for action, urging individuals and organizations to support women's empowerment and their initiatives and inclusivity.
But with our trust in God and hard work, doing the bits we can and then trusting God, we'll see ourselves keep moving on.
The women also used the day to seek unity, peace, and blessings for humanity. In Abuja, Omenka Marachuku, NTA News.
And the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has congratulated Nigerian women on the occasion of the International Women's Day as he praised their resilience and sacrifices in building families and society. In a statement, Akpabio says Nigerian women are the backbone of the nation and their efforts are invaluable, recalling his mother's sacrifice, saying she is the reason for his success. The Senate President says the legislative is committed to supporting robust investment in women, especially in economic and political participation, which aligns with this year's theme. Akpabio wishes all Nigerian women a blessed celebration, saying their efforts will never go in vain. Meanwhile, Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, says empowering women is not an act of charity, but an investment in the nation's collective future. This is in her message marking 2026 International Women's Day, where she joins millions of Nigerians and the global community in celebrating the strength, courage, tenacity, and achievements of women and girls across Nigeria and around the world, reflecting on the theme of the celebration, rights, justice, action for all women and girls. The First Lady submits that when women are given access to education, healthcare, economic empowerment, leadership platforms, justice and equity, the society gains stronger families, more prosperous communities, and a more inclusive nation. Now, every year, the strategic role women play in building a peaceful and formidable family and, by extension, society comes to the front burner globally as the world celebrates International Women's Day. For Nigeria's Ministry of Women Affairs, the 2026 occasion presents an opportunity to review the scorecard of the present administration at ensuring inclusivity of women in realization of the renewed hope agenda with the theme, Rights, Justice, Action for All Women and Girls. Ngozi Technical has details.
The scorecard presented to development partners, donor agencies, government heads, and civil society groups highlights the federal government's significant progress in improving the lives of women. These achievements are the Renewed Hope Social Impact Intervention 774, aimed at coordinating the largest investment in women economic empowerment, even at the grassroots.
Women's economic empowerment, political and leadership empowerment remains central to Nigeria's progress. The shift in the composition of women's leadership over the past decade is both remarkable and instructive.
A woman cannot gain if she does not enjoy her full rights. She cannot gain if justice is out of reach.
The theme of this year's International Women's Day, rights, justice, action for all women and girls, and the sub-theme, Give to Gain, reminds everyone that equality must be institutionalized, justice must be enforceable, and action must translate into measurable progress. Ngozi Technical, NTA News.
Chairperson of the African Union Commission, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, has called for renewed commitment to gender equality and stronger protection for women and girls as Africa joins the rest of the world to mark International Women's Day 2026. In a commemorative message, the AU Commission chairperson praises the contributions of women within the Commission and across the continent, noting that their leadership and service continue to strengthen Africa's development agenda. Chairperson Yusuf praises the continent's commitment to gender equality through key frameworks, including the Maputo Protocol and the African Union Convention on Ending Violence Against Women and Girls, and urges member states yet to do so to sign and ratify the convention. Still on the International Women's Day, the Nigerian Air Force celebrates the exceptional courage, professionalism and dedication of its women, whose contributions continue to strengthen operational excellence across every sphere of service. Defense correspondent Olajide Bello reports that this was conveyed in a message by the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sunday Aneke, in commemoration of International Women's Day 2026, with the theme, Give to Gain, Generosity, Collaboration, and Collective Upliftment.
Nigerian Air Force female officers have achieved historic milestones in combat, aviation and leadership, shattering gender barriers in the military. Key achievements include training the first female combat helicopter pilot, Tolulope Arotile, the first female fighter pilot, Kafayat Soni, and conducting the first all-female crewed intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance mission. The Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sunday Aneke, notes that their commitment to duty, teamwork and leadership truly reflects the very true spirit of this year's theme, demonstrating that through generosity of purpose, collaboration and mutual support, the Nigerian Air Force can achieve greater progress together.
We celebrate the invaluable contributions of women and reaffirm our commitment to gender equality. Within the Nigerian Air Force, our female officers and airwomen remain vital to our operational success.
We, the women of the Nigerian Air Force, join women all around the world to commemorate International Women's Day 2026. Give to gain.
Generosity, collaboration, and collective uplift. Happy International Women's Day!
Olajide Bello, NTA News.
CISLAC is calling for transformative reforms in laws, policies, and institutional practices to accelerate the development, protection, and full participation of women and girls in Nigeria, advising that recent development indicates a troubling backsliding on gains previously achieved in advancing women's rights and inclusion. In a statement issued by the Executive Director of CISLAC, Comrade Awal Musa Rafsanjani, the organization noted the progress made over the years in raising awareness on gender equality, structural inequalities, discrimination, and limited representation in decision-making spaces continue to undermine the full participation of women in Nigeria's democratic and development processes. According to CISLAC, the absence of strong affirmative action measures within political party structures continues to restrict women's access to elective and appointive positions, thereby limiting their influence in shaping public policies and governance. While recognizing the resilience and contributions of Nigerian women across sectors, including governance, business, education, healthcare, and community leadership, CISLAC stressed that greater institutional commitment is required to dismantle systemic barriers that continue to limit women's advancements. And now with me in the studios to discuss more on International Women's Day is the UN Women Resident Representative to Nigeria and ECOWAS. She's Beatrice Young. It's good to have you in our studios.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day.
Well, Happy Women's Day is a greeting, we hear every year and on this day. But what does this really mean for women, and how, has the journey been for women in these parts, in terms of aspirations and yearning?
Yeah, thank you. The International Women's Day is every year, but it also comes with different themes. The theme for this year is rights, justice, action for all women and girls. When you see they bring a theme, it means they need to put focus on that theme because maybe the issues at hand need real attention. It's a time for us to celebrate the gains we have had. It's a time for us also to see where we are, and it's a time for us to strategize and see how we advance in whatever we do. I want to say that even all over the world, there's no country that has attained gender equality and women's empowerment. So all of us are progressing at different levels. You asked me about Nigeria. I want to say that progress has been made. Progress, we are no longer where we were. We are somewhere. We have not arrived to where we want to be. So there's much that we've gained, but there is also much that needs to be done. For instance, if you look at the legal frameworks, Nigeria has ratified 75% of all judicial texts for the protection and promotion of women's rights. That shows a level of political will to promote women's rights and also to protect women's rights. But the problem is the implementation. For instance, if you see like the VAP Act, the Child Rights Acts, it has been domesticated. I think all the states have adopted it. But the problem now is implementation. So that is actually where we are. And in terms of, I know they talk about women's representation in political space. It's true, it is the lowest I think, all over the world. But I think we should not also forget about the economic sector. There we have 22% of women, of CEOs are women. And if you look at those enterprises, the banks, all those enterprises that women are leading, they are doing really well.
Okay. Now, tell us, how can more women be encouraged to participate in politics and decision-making role, and how can men, be better allies in promoting gender equality in Nigeria?
I want to say, in Nigeria, I know we are looking at the low representation, but I also want to say that, like the special seats for women bill, actually came from the House of Representatives, and some of them are men. The people who came out with that bill, some of them are men. That tells you that there are some men who recognize the importance of having men and women sitting on the table. They know that if we have men and women sitting on the table, our GDP is going to grow, our health is going to improve. Even peace and security is better when women are actually sitting and participating. But the legal frameworks do not yet do not allow women to have a level ground with men. And I want to sincerely take this opportunity to thank the President of the Senate, to thank the Speaker of the House of Representatives and the Deputy Speaker, because they have shown their support. They know what it takes, they know the importance of having women sitting on the table. I want to tell, like, for one thing, we've seen the Nigerian government do is increasing the budget of the Ministry of Women's Affairs. Okay. Yes, that's something we applaud. But what we are saying now is they should go the extra mile and actually vote positively for that special seat bill. Other countries have done it. Nigeria is not the first. Other countries, we have over 10 African countries that have done special affirmative actions for women. And now they are reaping. And that's why the other theme of this year's theme, International Women's Day is talking about give to gain. I tell you, if the head of state, if President Tinubu and his team can give women that special seed bill, he will reap a bountiful harvest. He will be proud of it. It will carry his name. It's something that will go down for history, that it was during President Tinubu's presidency that women had more spaces in decision-making.
All right, thank you very much indeed. UN Women Resident Representative to Nigeria and ECOWAS, Beatrice Iyong. It's been a pleasure having you, in our studios on the occasion of the International Women's Day. Thank you very much. That will be all for now.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, this is Nationwide, and our next stop on Nationwide is our Enugu Network Center, where Chika is standing by to give us more reports from that axis. Chika, it's over to you.
Happy Women's Day to all of us, and beautiful experience. And let's begin from the city of Enugu, which came alive as residents gathered to celebrate International Women's Day with cultural displays, drama presentation, and speeches highlighting the need for equity, justice, and women empowerment. The celebration, organized by the Office of the Wife of the Enugu State Governor, Nigerian, blended advocacy with entertainment, promoting gender equality and empowerment of women and girls. Chika Ugu reports.
Women from all walks of life from across the 17 local government areas of Enugu State converged on the Michael Okpara Square to celebrate the International Women's Day. With one voice, these women, through powerful storytelling and emotional acting, emphasized the importance of giving women equal opportunities and protecting their rights. Despite growing awareness about gender equality, women around the world still face ills limiting their potentials. However, the wife of Enugu State Governor, Nkechinyere Mba, reaffirmed commitment of the state government to programs that promote the well-being, education, and economic empowerment of women and the girls.
We know when women are empowered, communities are strengthened. And when women and girls are protected, our future as a people become more secure.
Speakers dwelling on the theme, Give to Gain, rights, justice, action for all women and girls, called for stronger policies and practical actions to address gender-based discrimination and violence.
Our community campaign team is Give to Gain, which encourages a mindset of reciprocity, giving support, resources, mentorship to help women advance.
The celebration was indeed a reinforcement of the message that women, when empowered and given equal opportunities, the entire society benefits through improved social development, economic growth, and stronger communities. In Enugu, Chika Ugu, NTA News.
Away from the celebration, with the establishment of 15,000-hectare integrated livestock development center, the implementation of World Bank livestock productivity and resilience support project, and the rehabilitation of old facilities, Enugu State government is investing heavily in the livestock sector to drive economic growth. Comfort Iron reports that the most critical reform for boosting livestock sector in the state revolve around shifting from subsistence to commercial ranch-based and technology-driven production.
The livestock sector, a cornerstone of global food systems which plays a crucial role in the economy, providing food, income and employment, stands at a critical juncture. The call for reform is clear to transition from traditional practices to innovative, sustainable models. The shift is not merely about updating methods, but a strategic move to unlock prosperity.
It has gone far. Enugu came up with a very unique and revolutionary concept of putting the ranch at the heart of the economy of Enugu, so that we can prevent farmer header crisis, also create a new sector development, so to speak.
In Enugu State, however, stakeholders say turning livestock sector reforms into prosperity requires a focus on sustainable practices that boost both the economy and the environment.
All our approaches to production is an end-to-end strategy. Where, take for instance, the farm estate. In the farm estate, we will have warehouses where the farmers will warehouse their harvests.
We want people to now encourage them to look at farming as a business, where they can also, apart from having food for their household, they also have be able to generate income and also provide source of employment for our teeming youths.
Supporting local farmers with training and access to better breeds and feed can increase productivity. Additionally, investing in processing facilities and market linkages can add value to livestock products, create jobs, and increase income. By prioritizing these reforms, Enugu State can unlock the economic potential of its livestock sector while safeguarding its natural resources for future generations. In Enugu, Comfort, I am NT News.
And that's all we have for you at Enugu Network Center.
Stay tuned and glad to have you join us here in Kaduna on Nationwide. The Nigerian Railway Corporation has commenced an increase in the number of train trips along the rail corridor between Abuja and Kaduna. The development, which takes effect, is expected to improve passengers' movement and enhance service delivery on one of Nigeria's busiest rail routes. Suraj Abdullahi visited the Rigasa train station and reports.
Early morning activities at the Rigasa train station in Kaduna reflect the growing resilience of commuters on rail transportation. Passengers arriving from different destinations wait patiently as officials of the Nigerian Rail Corporation coordinate boarding and ticket verification for the increased number of trips between Abuja and Kaduna. The managing director of the Nigerian Rail Corporation says the adjustment is designed to improve service delivery and ensure sustainability of operations.
We will do our best to make sure we do this for the people of Kaduna. Mind you, this is the flagship. 2, this train has the highest number of patronage per trip, and this trip is of national importance.
The initiative appears to be receiving positive reactions from passengers, many of whom describe the additional trips as a welcome development that will ease travel and reduce waiting time.
It is quite commendable. We quite appreciate their effort, and we are still pleading to the federal government to extend this rail station down to Zamfara State.
Why is it that the train here, the terminal with the Lagos terminal are not the same? There's a lot of difference. The Lagos terminal, when you go there, you know that yes, this is a real terminal.
Patient that needs emergency services on board the train, we'll make sure we'll stabilize you till you get to your destination and take further care of yourself.
With the increase in patronage and renewed confidence in rail transportation, stakeholders say sustained improvement will further strengthen the role of the railway in Nigeria's transport system. In Kaduna, Suraj Abdullahi, NTA News.
They are called laborers who are critical in the nation's economic subsector. Their job is demanding and tasking using physical force to earn a living by moving heavy goods from selling to purchasing point. How do this group of people survive doing heavy tasks during this fasting period? Haruna Muhammad, who came in contact with some of them at Kaduna-based popular Sheikh Gumi Market, tells us more.
It is the month of Ramadan where the able Muslims are expected to fast. While the formal sector battle pen and paper in their offices, the informal sector, like these laborers, had to undergo this on a daily basis to make ends meet.
Arzuka Abdullahi have spent over 4 decades performing the same routine of uploading and loading of goods in an effort to sustain a means of livelihood and cater for the needs of his family.
I depend on this business to get what to eat and drink. The payment is the same thing during Ramadan and even after Ramadan. We usually start this work every day from morning to night.
Apart from Arzuka Abdullahi, others are of the view that fasting makes the job more physically demanding. However, it is essential to daily commercial activities.
Many feel like they can't under this condition and they have stopped coming. There are a lot of goods on ground, but those to offload them are limited.
For the likes of Arzuka and his colleagues, it is a normal routine on a daily basis for them to make ends meet. But for me, I give up as it is not an all-comer. In Kaduna, I am Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
And Haruna Muhammad's report completes our package from here. And before we move on, Ifoma, let me take this moment to celebrate you, to celebrate us and all the amazing women out there. Happy International Women's Day.
Jeremy Salamatu, happy International Women's Day to you too. I celebrate you. Thank you very much. Now, moving on, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's commitment to road infrastructure development will stimulate economic growth and improve the well-being of Nigerians. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf said this when he visited site of the ongoing Abuja, Kaduna, Zaria, Kano Road project, a major highway connecting the nation's capital with northern Nigeria's commercial hub. Abdullahi Mustafa reports.
This section marks the final segment of the Zaria-Kano axis of the major highway project. Work resumed following the federal government's decision to re-award the contract to a new contractor with a directive to ensure completion within the shortest possible time. A large portion of the previously uncompleted stretch has now been covered. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf observed that the decision to reassign the project as well as the pace of work demonstrates the commitment of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to addressing the country's road infrastructure deficit.
I've seen a very good job. The quality is excellent. I want to extend our appreciation to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for giving, the approval for the continuation of the project.
The governor also assured of Kano State government support and cooperation towards timely completion of the project. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
It's 10 months to the 2027 general elections in Nigeria, and the ongoing Ramadan stands as a tool for spiritual reflection in setting the agenda and shaping the peaceful conduct and choices of the electorate. One of such conversation is being spearheaded by Nigeria's Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isiaq Salako, who is the chief host of a Ramadan lecture in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Hakim Jimo has details of the conversation.
Speaking on the topic, Islamic principles of purposeful political choices in a democratic setting, the Amirul Mufassir of Ogun State encouraged Nigerians, especially Muslims, to elect tested, trusted and God-fearing politicians into office come 2027.
When you have qualities and people are ready to serve, so the onus is now on the larger community to make sure that they pick people that can really perform the duty as expected.
Such person should be a very truthful somebody, a God-fearing. It doesn't matter whether he or she is a Muslim or whatsoever.
To review the political landscape and look at 2027 that is also close by, and to reflect the teaching of Islam and Prophet Muhammad that in choosing a leader, character is number one.
In Abeokuta, Hakim Jimo, NTA News.
Ramadan is a period of spiritual renewal and reflection, a time when many are reminded of the blessings that come with the season. And such was a blessing in Abuja Area Council in Abuja, where the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Delu Bulus Yakubu, distributed palliatives to residents in the spirit of the season. Ruth Aguele reports.
This is Abuja Area Council, one of the council's southern gateway to the Federal Capital Territory. In the serenity of the environment, the Honours Palace beams a gleam of hope as the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, in a solidarity visit, has come bearing gifts to show love and give support to vulnerable groups in the community, all in the spirit of Ramadan season, in partnership with United Arab Emirates and a non-governmental organization.
This holy month of Ramadan symbolizes compassion, unity, and peace, and is in line with the commitment of the present administration.
The honor appreciated the government for the continued support and reforms that are expected to reap the desired results. A celebration of oneness and hope for the relief that has come their way. Women, in their numbers, were pleased with the gesture.
Mama says she appreciates this that they give to her. She thanks everyone.
I am very grateful for what they have done.
Humanity first. Humanity is God, humanity is love, humanity is peace, humanity is unity.
As the fasting season intensifies, Nigerians are urged to use the period to pray for the leadership of the country and the nation. In Abuja, Ruth Aguele, NT News.
We'll now join Hingido in our Lagos Network Center for the next set of stories on Nationwide. Hello, Hingido.
And happy International Women's Day. Circular economy can fast-track Nigeria's economic diversification if the roadmap promoting recycling and regenerative waste management is implemented across states. Environmentalists also believe waste recycling will not only create jobs but ensure efficient utilization of resources. Joel Bubola has the report.
For decades, management of waste has become a thorny issue for many states in Nigeria, with solid waste and e-waste adding to the menace of flooding and other environmental challenges bedeviling the nation. Due to improper waste management, experts have been leveraging on the circular economy to address this challenge, and they note that adopting a linear approach to waste management is the solution to these teething problems, which is an opportunity to boost capacity in recycling and other areas in circular economy to create jobs and add to the gross domestic product of Nigeria.
We have to leave that linear waste system where you just pick a waste and dump and see waste as a value. And that's what we are pushing through. That's what we are campaigning for.
How can we make sure that we don't continue to waste our resources? How can we make sure, for instance, that our drainages are cleaned up, and even the waste that we get from those drainages as well, we convert them into using them for something?
It's about putting resources together, bringing expertise together, the kinds of technology that we need to be able to regenerate waste and make it a resource.
Development partners and other critical stakeholders say many countries are already taking advantage of recycling and efficient waste management to achieve renewable energy and fertilizer to boost food production, and Nigeria cannot afford to be left behind.
So I hope that we can deepen something that goes beyond sounding out what we can do, and that moves into real action.
The circular economy is already acceptable. It's something that we cannot run away from. But again, there is need for uniformity of standards.
The consensus of experts is for policymakers to match words with actions for Nigeria to benefit from the opportunities in circular economy. In Lagos, Joel Bubola, NC News.
Away from that now, aging is not an illness, neither is it a disease. At one point or another, every human being is bound to experience the gradual changes that come with growing older, from the strength of youthful years To the slower pace of old age, life reminds us that growth and decline are both parts of the same journey. Deborah Adefa takes us through the graceful stages that come with aging, and her report is presented from our studios.
Aging is described as a time-dependent, progressive decline in the body's physical and mental capacity. As the years pass, the body begins to show visible signs. Gray hair replaces dark strands, and activities once done with ease will require more effort.
Before getting arrived at this age, my activities physically was good. But now, what I can do in 10 minutes, it takes like 1 hour, 2 hours to do it now.
Those days I can move. I go as far as running, jogging, lifting weights, but now it's no more.
The only thing I can notice is maybe my gray hair. The way I think when I was young is different from the way I'm thinking now.
This medical expert explains that while aging is inevitable, healthy living can make the process easier. He advised older persons to maintain balanced nutrition, attend regular medical checkups, and advised younger ones to be there for them in order to improve overall well-being.
You want to avoid canned food, processed food, food that would spike their cholesterol levels, red meats. Another thing is for them to drink enough water. Hydration is very important. It's also important that they take a lot of vegetables, raw veggies in their diet would help them to digest properly. Apart from that as well, emotional support is very important and very key for our older persons. Do not discriminate them. There's a growing rate or a progressive increase in discriminations against elderly persons or older persons.
Experts believe aging is natural, not something to fear, but a phase of life to understand and embrace. With proper rest, healthy habits, and medical guidance, old age can remain a period of dignity, comfort, and fulfillment.
That is it from Lagos. Nationwide continues with Kemi in Ibadan after the break.
Thanks for staying tuned. Now, Ndibe Beach in Afikpo, local government area of Ebonyi State, has been a natural barrier separating residents of the area from their closest neighbors in Cross River states. However, the federal government is removing this barrier with the construction of a 648-span bridge across the beach to strengthen their unity and provide easy access for commuters across the country. Samuel Opo gives us an update on the level of work in the area.
For decades, the people of Ndibe in Afikpo North local government area of Ebonyi State have lived closely with their cross-river neighbors, but without free access to each other due to a natural barrier created by the existence of the beach. This age-long challenge makes it difficult to transport their farm produce to their desired destinations.
Most times when you want to go to Calabar from here, you have to go round.
For the controller, Federal Ministry of Works, Ebonyi State Office, Steve Oluwadun, and the contractor, the huge investment shows the commitment of the federal government to give the citizens a new lease of life.
There's going to be about 16 piers. You can see these piers that have been raised now. For now, they have done up to 7.
The 648-meter span bridge, when completed, will not only serve Ebonyi and Cross River states, but the whole nation as it is connected to the superhighway. In Abakaliki, Samuel Opo, NTA News.
A former 2-term councillor at Igbeju, Lekki Local Government Council in Lagos State, Sheleru Sadiq Olalekon, has been arrested by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, following credible intelligence linking him to illicit drug sale and trafficking. Details of the arrest and other operations of the NDLEA are presented from our studios.
The 55-year-old former local council chief, currently serves as the legislative aide, was arrested on Monday, 2nd March 2026 at his residence in Ibeju, Lekki, Lagos, where a search was conducted and 40 kilograms of skunk, a strain of cannabis, was recovered from one of his rooms. The NDLEA seized various illicit substances, including more than 137,000 pills of tramadol, 2,000 kilograms of skunk, cannabis, codeine-based syrup, and other illicit substances. Additionally, 500 IED components were intercepted, and large quantities of skunk were destroyed across the nation. With the same vigor, commands and formations of the agency across the country continued their war against drug abuse sensitization activities in schools, worship centers, workplaces, and communities, among others, in the past week.
In the meantime, cybercrime is taking different dimensions, but the Nigerian police force is always a step ahead of them in upscaling its intelligence gathering measures. The Nigeria Police Force National Cybercrime Center has officially flagged off a nationwide online awareness campaign aimed at protecting Nigerians from digital fraud and cyber threats. Francis Fom reports as the Cybercrime Center goes on awareness campaign in Abuja.
In today's fast-evolving digital world, cybercrime has become a borderless and pervasive threat affecting individuals, businesses, and government alike. From identity theft to phishing, business email compromise, and sextortion, authorities say the most disturbing trend remains the alarming rise in romance scam that continue to destroy lives and finances. To counter this trend, the campaign tagged Odogu No Dey Hide Im Face aims to empower Nigerians with practical knowledge on protecting their digital identity.
So you have friends and loved ones who are market women, craftsmen, entrepreneurs. They are also a target of cybercriminals exploitation. This awareness campaign applies to them as well. You need to tell them that they should never share their ATM PIN. Tell them in the villages, your friends, that bank passwords, OTP, one-time passwords, or BVN with anybody, they should not share it.
Scam will not stop unless and until all of us work together to ensure that we create a way to put a stop to it in Nigeria.
Francis from NTA News.
And the Nigerian army has reacted to a report alleging more than 40 soldiers were killed during a recent terrorist attacks in parts of Borno State. Details of the Nigerian army operations are presented from our studios.
Statement: Information Officer Headquarters Joint Task Force Operation Hatninkai, Lieutenant Colonel Sani Uba, explains that the report is misleading as it relied largely on unverified sources and presented a distorted account of the incident, failing to reflect the gallant efforts of troops who bravely defended communities against terrorist assault. The statement notes that troops were not overrun as portrayed in the report. Rather, they engaged the terrorists from multiple fronts in a determined effort to protect innocent civilians and restore normalcy. The troops continue to serve the nation at the front line to ensure the territorial integrity of the nation. Meanwhile, in Abuja, troops of 7 Guards Battalion of the Guards Brigade Nigerian Army, in conjunction with the Nigerian Police Force and local vigilante, rescued 19 hostages during a coordinated search and rescue operation conducted around Gidendogo in Wari Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory, eliminating 1 suspect and recovering arms.